everybody. Welcome to another episode of Everyday People Doing Everyday Shit. I am Phoebe Pruitt, aka Queen Pruitt, and I'm here with my other half. I don't know if I could say better, but he's my other half. Aunt Pruitt. How you be today?
Well, damn. You can't say better.
No.
Really?
Not until you jump on the wagon with, like, you know, if I start singing a song and you come up and have my flank with that song and do a little dancey dance. You need to take my theater class. They'll bring you out of that shell.
Okay, first off, hello. And secondly, I do not have a problem coming out of my shell. Most of the time, I just rather most people stay in their shell.
Okay.
And that's cool. Holy moly. You started the show. You good over there?
Swell.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for watching live on YouTube right now. If you're in there live, go ahead and hit the like button, please, and thank you. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please hit that too. The subscriber count continues to grow slowly. I'll take it. I wish it was growing faster, but it's growing slowly. And I want us to get more views on this here show because I want to start calling people up and say, hey, want to sponsor this thing? And, you know, I can't do that if I don't have enough views. So,
yeah.
So
I'm going to do better about sharing the weekly reminders outside of Patreon.
Yeah. So
I'll do better.
That's the thing. So if you're watching this show, hit the little signal boost stuff that's in there, be it the subscribe button and the like button, thumbs up, whatever it's all called. And then do the share option and tell some other folks to check this stuff out. All right. But anyway, thank y'all for being here. Thank you to all of our loyal Patreon subscribers. This hangs out with us each and every week. This podcast, we sit down and just talk random stuff, everyday life, if you will. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's sad. Sometimes it's ridiculously off the wall funny. When I go back and listen to this stuff in the edit, I laugh through my edit sometime because this chick over here, sometimes the craziest stuff comes out her mouth.
It's real.
The craziest stuff comes out her mouth, and I love it though. But yeah, that's what this show is all about. This week, I wanted to focus a little bit on some feedback from our listening extended family, because we got some, if you don't mind. So you cool with that?
Sure.
Okay. So first, I need to go to my screen here to pull up the first feedback. This comes from the one and only Mr. Joe Esposito. I had been looking for that dude these last couple of weeks. He ain't been around, but apparently he's been really busy. But he did send in some feedback from last week's show. So let's go through it. But warning, this thing was like 10 minutes long, and I had to cut it up. So because I love you, Joe, but I'm not going to play your 10-minute long.
Oh, it's a message like that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So what I decided to do is I cut it, and because I love what he had to say, and I love his thoughts and his perspective.
And I appreciate you doing that because I don't want to drift off and not hear some stuff because I get stuff. Yeah. There's a backstory on why Phoebe is queen.
Actually, there is.
Oh, okay. You don't have to go into it right now.
Yeah, I'll tell you another time because it's not really anything super fascinating in my opinion.
Oh.
But yeah, there is a story behind it. Why did that do that just now? Holy crap. Is the camera showing the 2-shot?
Both of us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
cool. All right. So here we go. Let's go ahead and jump into Mr. Esposito's feedback here. Hopefully you hear it. Hit and play now.
I want to say, comedy is one of those weird things because you can take what most people would acknowledge as some of the greatest comedians in the world, George Carlin, Richard Pryor, Mel Brooks, and for as many people as enjoy those comedians and what they do, there are going to be as many people who don't get it, don't think it's funny. I've heard people criticize, and I'm not kidding, the Bill Murray movie Scrooged because they don't understand why he's such a scumbag in it. That's right. There are people who don't understand why Bill Murray's character in a movie called Scrooged, which basically is A Christmas Carol, just remixed, why the main character is so unlikable.
Okay, so that right there, that's a damn good point, because I didn't see some similar instances of people just being, I'm not going to say idiotic, even though I should, but just unreasonable. And his perspective on comedy, you know, he got into some other stuff, but just the fact that, you know, we see it here in this house every day. Stuff that I find funny, you may not find funny, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. You know, but then there's the whole aspect, like he said, of people are just stupid.
Sometimes.
At times. He touched on also the aspect of how I brought up class clowns and things like that, but he also talked about people being trained up, and he got into, you know, yeah, you could be trained up, you know, because that's what we were saying last week. It's just going to take some time. You know, you got to put the reps in. So that's one part, but this is the other part here. So let's move that to there and then hit this.
Maybe the thing to define is, well, what does comedy mean to you? Who are you trying to be? And maybe if you can't be that type of comedian, can you still be funny? Because I'll just tell you that I have found many things that Queen Pruitt has said on the show to be funny. Now, maybe that's because it's a more relaxed environment. Maybe it's not a traditional kind of theater comedy type of thing. And that may be. Maybe for the style of comedy she wants to do, she doesn't necessarily have a natural fit. But she is funny. I think both of you are funny. And I don't know if it's because, you know, you can't replicate that type of comfort on stage. Maybe that's the thing to work on is, okay, how can I be this natural with somebody who isn't, you know, the person I've been with for over 20 years? I certainly understand where that barrier would be, but I don't think that I would certainly not describe Queen Pruitt as not being able to be funny. And if you can be funny, then that means you can be funny. It's just a matter of, well, what do you want that to be? What are you trying to move that into? So I wouldn't say that she should just entirely dismiss the ability to be funny. I think it's just a matter of figuring out what funny means and what she wants funny to be. I'm not saying that's easy. I'm just saying maybe that's the place to start to look.
More good points. You got thoughts on this?
I like them.
Thank you. Well, there we have it.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. I like that feedback. Thank you. Because I agree. It's a certain kind of funny. You know, I'm that type of funny that will break out into a song, you know, while I'm having a sentence with you or something, or dance or something. It just doesn't matter. I'll make up my own songs.
Yes, she will.
I'll make up my own
Boy, there's
songs.
A story there.
I got several stories. Several. My niece, she's not on here, but Lee Janine, I was in the car talking to her in the car once, and I was on my way to her house, and I was like, well, I'm about to pull in, and I thought she had hung up. But I started singing how I was feeling. I was like, I'm so sleepy and hungry, so sleepy and hungry. I am sleepy and hungry. And I know it didn't go exactly like that. But then I just heard this surround sound say, what is that? He was still on the phone. Oh my goodness. It was funny to me. That was funny because I didn't expect anyone. You know, you in your car.
That moment you're supposed to hang up the phone. The moment you're supposed to hang up the phone, you did not hang up the phone.
No.
It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that was the only thing you did.
But that's just the natural Phoebe, though. That's just Phoebe being Phoebe. And that's fun to me.
You know, I think back to conversations, and I'm going to put that in air quotes because it wasn't necessarily conversation. It was more like you yelling at me. Back in the day, whenever we would hang out with some of your associates or friends or what have you, no, you would hang out with your associates or friends or what have you, and would talk about just how much fun you were having hanging out with them. And you'd give me the whole line of I'm too uptight and can't really have fun with your crew and your friends. And I argued you down. I'm like, I'm not necessarily uptight. I am a little more square than most people.
I was still getting to know you, so
yeah, and I'm like,
I was still getting to know you. These rubber bands are distracting.
Okay,
they are.
Yes, ADD. They are.
Anyway, I was getting to know you, so
yeah,
we still going through growing.
Yeah,
I can't say pains, but growing.
No, still learning
stuff
things throughout the years.
It's been a lot of
2
years.
2 decades plus. We still try to learn some shit.
Yeah, I didn't. I hid being a. Can I say stuff? I live in California. I hid liking cannabis for a long time because I felt like I had to from you. Like, I don't know why I did that.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until I was around the other people that were in my life at that time that I was like, why am I hiding from my kids? Why am I hiding from you? Why am I hiding from anybody when it comes to having coffee? Like coffee, aka cannabis. Don't tell nobody. But it's
only a couple hundred people are listening, so it's all right.
Yeah. So and then once I got to that place where I was like, there's no point in me hiding who I am, then I started to learn more about you too. Like, I don't care. You don't care. It's like, I don't care. I don't do it, but I don't care, so, and things were better, but
yeah, that's pretty much how that went.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't care.
I don't do it. Uh-oh. Malfunctioning here.
But yeah, I can remember those conversations, and I can remember basically after having a hangout somewhere, and we'd be in the car coming back home, or we actually would get home, and you would look at me and be like, "Oh, you were funny. You were fun," and I'm like, that's just been me the whole time, but
you just weren't in the environments to do that.
Yeah.
So at home in your comfort zone, you don't have to do that.
No, I'm still me either way. Mm-hmm. But it depends on what the context is. There's times if I want to talk shit about you or make fun of you here, I do. Mm-hmm. You know that.
Yeah.
Most of the time I don't. But every now and then, you're an easy target, and I just got to take the shot.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
but when we were out and about with different associates and so forth back in the day, I always just tried to read the room, number one, because of my own, I don't know if it's insecurities, but I like to read the room to see who's, number one, a threat. And number two, who's full of shit. So I'm not going to take them seriously and just, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And after I read the room and if someone engages with me, I know how to engage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's me coming out of my shell for the moment. And then I'll go back in because a lot of the times I didn't care what people were talking about because it was nonsense to me. So I was polite, but I knew how to have fun. I never went to any of our engagements and didn't enjoy myself, and I can tell for a fact you didn't. You always enjoyed yourself because it was,
yeah,
because it was either coffee or some type of booze involved. You was. Your ass was always happy.
Booze. I love it. I haven't heard that in a long time.
Man.
Booze.
But yeah, that was Joe Esposito.
Why they call him Booze?
Joe Esposito with the feedback. Thank you so much, my man. Appreciate you sending that in. I always look forward to hearing the feedback from everybody in our community. So as usual, y'all can send feedback like he does to podcast@pruitt.com. or if you're in Patreon, you can let us know inside the Patreon. Either way works fine by me. We're going to pause for a quick second for a commercial break to try to help pay some dadgum bills. And then we got one more piece of feedback that I wanted to go through. So y'all stay right there. We'll be right back after this. And we're back. Everyday people doing everyday shit. I am Ant Pruitt, hanging out on the mic, freelance content creator at large. Always looking for gigs and work and stuff like that. Had a busy gig the last 2 days, and I'm super grateful for that opportunity. She is the one and only Queen Pruitt over there, doing what she does, being who she is. Also an actor, creator at large. Thank y'all for being here. Today on the show, we're talking about a little bit of feedback from you, our loyal listeners, aka extended family. The next piece of feedback, I want to pull it up on the screen. So let me see if I can figure out how to do this here. So if I push this button over here.
Thank you, Cinder.
Push this button, then do that, and boom. This is feedback from Tanya Wyman. I won't read all of this, but it's I dig it. And she says, first off, I've never performed on stage, but I completely understand what Queen Pruitt means when she says it's a different way of performing. And you and I, we were just talking about this this afternoon at lunchtime. She says, I think it's even more different with the opera. Through some generous friends, Philip and I have been able to go on several times. Even if you think it's not your thing, it's truly wonderful. The performers in the orchestra are not amplified. Oh, I know. So that's why opera is sung in such a different manner. We recently went to an English language opera, and I was thinking it was great. I won't need to use the captions, or as you say, the little letters. Little letters at the bottom of the Metropolitan Opera displays the captions on the back of the seat in front of you. Nope, that was trying to read.
Yes,
No, because of the method of singing, I still needed those captions. Yeah, but yeah, it's funny to see that and the timing of it, because you and I were just talking about this earlier today, coming back from lunch, and because you've had some discussions with your leadership, or not necessarily leadership, your teachers and instructors and whatnot, as far as talking about your voice and your singing. And you told me some tips today that I thought was pretty fascinating. You care to share with our listeners here what they were talking about?
Yes, one of the instructors, one of the musician people, he plays the piano. He does all the stuff, the composition for the plays.
Damn, he composes?
No.
Oh, so he's just an accompanist.
Yeah, that's it. He's accompanist. He is the accompanist. That's not right either. Accompanist? Accompanist. Oh my gosh.
It's okay. No! I know what you mean.
I'm literally gonna hurt myself trying. How do you say it? Say it. Accompaniment. Accompanist. See, you gonna have trouble saying it now. You're gonna forget how to say it yourself. No,
what I'm gonna do is go over here to this screen here and just type it in.
A compass.
No.
Accompanist. Accompanist.
You got it now?
Yes, accompanist. He is the accompanist for the plays.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
When I was doing the callback situation, I had to go in and sing songs I didn't even know anything about. But while he worked with me on SpongeBob, they wondered why I didn't have this strong singing voice like I have the speaking voice, and it would just go away. And I didn't know, because I would get nervous and sing and strain, and it comes from all the wrong places. But anyway, this time he brought something to my attention that when we're doing theater now, it's not so much singing as it is trying to get the point across through music, because you're really just trying to talk, but there's music, but you're not trying to sing like, you're not trying to go all in and let your voice go and do all the runs. But melodic, it still
right?
it still needs to be music together with its tune and accompaniments.
No, that ain't it.
And
Cinder Fractal says diaphragm breathing.
Yes, it's diaphragm breathing, but his also was so that I can get to, because I still have a soprano voice, but bring it to my face. Bring it up here. Bring it more here. Not here. Not here. Yeah, if you doing this, I guess it will work together with your diaphragm, because they also want you to act like you're pushing, like you're trying to
take a dump.
Yeah, go. And I can do that when I bring it here and get to where I need to go, and I don't feel strained getting there, and I can get the note.
Cinder Fractal also mentions in the live chat head voice, and I'm going to jump in and say no, not quite. That's a little different. That's more on the falsetto side of things.
No, this is more in the face, like nya. He tells us to say nya 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 nya, and that's how he wants us to go up and down the scales. Take a dump. Yes, that's exactly what you're trying to do, John.
Well, he's laughing because that's what I said, because I have to make it relatable. If you're telling people to sing it from down at the gut,
but you gotta push.
You know,
because he says that because everybody hasn't had children.
Yeah,
because it's the same thing as trying to push a baby, but everybody
poops.
But everybody poops. Everybody go bathroom.
But I when you were saying that this afternoon, I'd never heard the expression "say it through your face." Yeah. So I thought that was a little funny. But then when you further described it, it made more sense. I would still personally battle with some confusion, because when I think through your face, I'm thinking nasal.
It sort of is, but it's back.
Because you have sinuses all in your head, and when you get a cold or get sick, it changes your voice because of whatever the pressure is in your sinuses, right? So, and then there's the whole falsetto side of things. It changes, again, the sinus pressure stuff. So that's the stuff that I was thinking when he said say it with your face. But you went in and basically enunciated a gibberish word. Right.
That's how he would do it.
That made it make more sense to me, after you went through that. And that's a good sign that's the sign of a good teacher there. You look like we got a super chat. I was on Nightmare. Joe, you here? We just did your feedback, man. He sends a $10 super chat, and he says, "Happy Wednesday, Pruitt. Can't stay long tonight because my wife dealt with a bunch of sexist idiots today, so I'm gearing up to make her a nice dinner.
Sexist idiots.
Hope you're both doing well." Damn. Ozone, thank you for this, and I am so sorry to hear this about your wife.
Yes.
Man, I don't have permission to share, but I'm not going to say... I'm not going to say everything I know about them. I did do a portrait session for them, so I was able to get to know his wife a little bit more. And what he described in there, sadly, it totally makes sense for something like that to happen in her profession, But maybe one day we'll talk a little bit more about them. Because I was thinking about him, I was thinking about Cinder Fractal and John and a couple other folks in our extended family. And I was like, damn, I wish I could do some kind of like hangout or meet up or something like that. But everybody's all over the damn planet.
That's great.
It's hard, because hanging out with John years ago, that was really, really cool. And it was freaking hot in the middle of Carolina.
Road trips and meet up for stuff like that.
This is when I need some sponsors. So
I know.
I like that idea, though. I like that.
I want to do walks with friends around here. Let some of my people around here that I know take me on some of their hikes so I can, see more of California and go with a friend. So walks with friends, coffee with friends. Instead of that, just walks with friends. I want to start that. I don't know. I got to put that on the schedule to pencil it in.
Yeah, you do need to figure out this whole schedule thing, calendar thing.
So much.
I don't quite.
I just waste a lot of time. That's all. Doing nothing.
Really? So you can admit that. I can't say that.
I don't feel like I get everything done that I want to get done. And it's like, where's the time gone? It's already gone. That's what I mean.
That's the thing. You got to be able to figure out or how to account for your hours in a day. You were talking about this again earlier at lunch, and it made me think back to conversations I've had with those hard-headed boys of ours in their college time. And I think the last time I brought this up to them, I think it was Jacob. I was like, dude, you got to stop considering that, like, right now it is 6:30 p.m. There are times where you just need to throw that stuff away. You have to think in the mindset of, excuse me, you have to think in the mindset of, I have 24 hours in a day. I have sleep I need to get at least 6 hours, at least that. That's not enough, but at least that. So that leaves me how many hours left? 18, right? So now I got 18 hours in a day. I got class at this time to that time. So that's taking out umpteen hours. You have to really break it down that way. And then consider, okay, it's 2 p.m., it's 4 p.m., then you can start considering that. But you really need to break down how much time it takes to do whatever task it is, even down to a freaking shower. You used to laugh at me and be like, you already done with your shower? And the reason behind that is because I got trained on allocating my time in a day with football. We would have practice and we immediately had study hall right after practice. So I went to study hall right after practice one time, and it was a miserable experience without a shower. You know what I'm saying? So then I had to figure out, okay, I need to take the shower, but it's going to take me X amount of time to get to the study hall room on the other side of campus. So, so you start timing it out and figuring out, okay, if I'm going to take this shower, I can get a shower done in 3 minutes or less and be clean.
I think that's where I waste a lot of my time.
What do you mean?
I'm going to watch my,
But there's little stuff like that. I'm going to
watch my bathroom time because I wake up hella early for me to be running late anywhere.
I agree. We've discussed this on the show. A time or 3.
And I know what to do. It's just implementing it.
John says he tries to look at his day tomorrow before he gets ready for bed. Yeah, that's not unusual there either. And put personal time slots in the calendar on your phone. Yep. And
follow through. Follow through there, John.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the part, because I had all my ready. I had all of my shit out on the table before I went to bed last night because I finished up like 10 o'clock. I was really proud of myself. And I was like, okay, in the morning, I'm going to start this part. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go over this. Set the clock for 5:30. Normally I can get up and no problem.
Yeah.
No, I didn't do it. None of that happened. I mean, I sat down and opened the book.
It be like that sometimes. But you'll get it. You're just going to have to really buckle down and
I will. I'm going to have to because I'm taking not easy classes. Not easy classes at all I am taking, Yoda. That's what that sounded like just now. But I didn't know what I was signing up for, but I do now.
And let me go ahead and say this before the angry messages start coming in. I'm not claiming to know it all or have it all figured out. No, I'm not.
No, but you are excellent at time management.
But what I'm saying is I have experience and I get shit done.
You do.
And usually get it done without somebody telling me to do it.
You do. Just instantly. If you find out right then, you're going to do it right then if you can.
Yeah. And if I can't, I am honest. I say, I can't get this done right now, but it will be done.
Yeah.
Typically is what I say.
And you follow through. Yeah. And you don't wait. You're not a procrastinator. No. Unless it's something I want you to do, like cut the back of my head, so I'm not beat.
That's
I've been watching.
That's a lie.
You were too busy sleeping and resting to get up and cut it the other day.
Okay, so right there says it all. I'm busy trying to rest, but yet that is not busy enough for you, huh?
I had an opening in my schedule to have it done at that time.
Never mind the fact that I needed sleep.
Too.
I needed sleep.
But you ended up getting up shortly after that.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did. You ended up getting up shortly after that for I don't know what, but you got up.
Lies.
It's not.
It's such a lie. But I was freaking exhausted for obvious reasons, getting up early for that shoot and waiting and waiting and waiting out there in the cold. I was tired.
You've been tired for months.
Today, what's funny is today is the first day I did not feel tired in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. Today was first day. That was pretty neat.
It's the onset of age. You talk about midlife crisis.
And I got shit done.
This is the onset of getting older. Oh, well, I'm sleepy. Go ahead and take me a nap.
Yeah.
I ain't said that in forever. I don't even know when that got a nap.
I can't handle the truth. So not right, child. We're going to pause one more time because I want to get into some things that I saw on these here internets the last couple of days that I did not put into our show prep channel on purpose because I wanted to get your reaction naturally. So this is Everyday People Doing Everyday Shit. I'm Aunt Pruitt. Y'all stay right there. We're going to pause for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after this. And we are back. Aunt Pruitt here. Phoebe Pruitt over there. Everyday People Doing Everyday Shit on whatever podcast app you enjoy, as well as streaming live on YouTube each and every week. Almost each week. We definitely try. Before the break, I told you there was a couple things that I saw on these here internets that I wanted to share with you because I thought they were cool, number one, and I just had some random thoughts and was curious to hear your thoughts. So what I'm going to do now is attempt to yet again share my screen with everybody watching live on the show. So let's see. Can we pull this off? We will do this button here and then do that right there. We've already talked about. Say the word again.
Biscuit, stop it.
What is he doing?
Eating that ball. Eating pieces of the ball.
Oh.
We don't need that.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Say the word one more time. On the screen. You can't see it that far?
That tiny one? Accompanist.
Yeah, we got it.
Accompanist.
Nice
It doesn't sound right.
You got it.
It just doesn't sound right, though.
Well, they accompany.
Accompanist.
The
accompanist.
Musical accompaniment to another musician or to a singer. So, yes.
Accompanist. Thank you, Cinder.
Accompanist.
That looks better. Accompanist.
So she knows how to connect with you. Clearly. Good. Anyway, moving into the things that I wanted to show you. This right here. This is from 2 years ago in Memphis, Tennessee. And I saw this and I freaking loved it. and I'm doing this with fair use, so the audio is going to be on. So if you folks, Skate Life TV, want to come at me with some copyright claim, I'm going to dispute it for fair use. Just warning you now. So check this out. Now what we're watching is people in the skating rink doing their thing. They're not just skating. They're doing splits. They're spinning around. They're dancing. Having a wonderful time. So look at that. Now, I'm going to skip through, but first I'm going to go back to the very first scene here. This scene right here, this is, I've watched this probably 3 times. Okay. And I'm looking at this video and it's so damn fascinating. Number one, because of how skilled people are with roller skates. You know, we get that. But then number two, look at this group of people here. This cat, he looks semi-young. He's probably semi-young. He might be a little closer to our age. This guy might be a little closer to our age. She looks like she might be older than us. Okay?
I saw that in the video.
But watch this woman doing that damn thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, she is.
Doing
That's gonna
that
be
thing.
our niece.
So there was that, and then you got all of these other skilled levels and age levels. This younger girl here, she clearly knows what she's doing. Skinny girls, skinny dudes, younger dudes, older dudes.
Look how close they are.
Big girls, and okay, all right. So I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna get me canceled.
Thicker girls. I mean,
big girl. I will say this: when I see big girls doing athletic things, it's just
a
like,
beautiful thing. It is.
That shit fires me up.
It's a beautiful thing.
And also,
I get jealous.
Also, big dudes. Our sons will tell you how I love offensive linemen in football. Them dudes are 300 pounds, and their footwork is so graceful. Every last one of them can dance.
Yeah.
Even the white dudes. You know, there's something about seeing larger girth human beings, be it dudes or women. It fascinates the shit out of me when they're athletic like that. And this ain't no small girl on the screen.
I remember one that was in gymnastics doing these flips all the way across the floor. That girl was amazing.
Yes. But that
pole
girl
dancing.
These little skinny dudes, that's impressive now, but there's something about
in jeans.
In jeans. Now they doing this for a couple minutes now. Let me run this by you. This is clearly a routine that they put together, right?
Yeah.
They didn't just through osmosis know how to just do this exact same movements together.
I would think not.
They clearly had to practice this at some point. Where would they practice? You ever thought about that? Because you go to the skating rink, there's other people there. And I would assume that they're trying to keep on the wraps their routine, because this is clearly something that happens on a regular basis where they give away as a prize and all of that stuff.
What if all the dances have different names and they just learn those dances? Maybe. You know?
But where do they
those
practice?
Skate dances. At the skating rink or outside. Our niece goes outside. Yeah. She skates out. She is amazing. Yeah. I love watching her skate.
Little weirdo. Our little niece, y'all know her as Little Weirdo. She's pretty damn good on those skates.
She is amazing. And then for it to be her job, you know, it's even better. And she just keeps getting better and better and better and
She's got
better.
It so hard.
Yeah. Go to work and love what you're doing. Skate around, help people out, skate, more skate, learn how to be a better skater.
Making money doing it.
I wish I could. Well, I sort of do.
And see, now, then look at this one. Hold on. It's going to flip. That ain't no little chick.
No, but she is skating.
But she's smooth.
I can't even do it.
She's smooth. And then these folks. Okay.
Look at that.
This dude, gray beard.
He is
I'm going to assume
young.
he's older than me.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume he's older than me. I'm going to assume she's older than you. But boy,
look at that footwork.
They doing the damn thing.
And do you know how sore?
She ain't little. He ain't little.
Skating is so much work. That's so beautiful.
But man, I saw this. I was watching it in there
I'm so jealous.
in the living room.
We don't have nothing. We need something.
Hold on. What do you mean by that? Hold on. We're going to stop the tape there. What you talking about, Willis? What do you mean by that? What are you talking about?
We gotta have some special something other than sitting behind the desk.
Sit behind the mics.
We gotta do something. Yeah. We gotta be actors. We need to make our own scene and skit play episode.
Look here. I already have on record myself a short film that I wrote, that I directed, that I recorded, that I edited, that I executive produced. I did all that. I got all that on my record. And it was featuring who?
Yes, I know. That's what I'm saying, that we have to do it again.
Okay, so I've already done that. But the live chat is boy, y'all are.
I know.
We struck a chord with y'all. I love that. We struck a chord. I love it.
Yes, there was some big, beautiful women, and I was so jealous.
Says Cinder Fractal, and John says Serena Williams was amazing to watch. Yeah, Serena Williams.
And she wasn't little
She wasn't little, and she was whooping that ass out there.
And can move.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, John says they have skate groups in Charlotte. Yeah, I know. I knew about the groups in Charlotte, believe it or not, from a friend of mine. Well, I'll say an associate, because I used to work with him online for one of the websites I wrote for. He was in St. Louis. And he used to talk about skating all the time. This dude was about yay tall, little skinny IT dude, nerdy dude, white dude. And he'd always talked about skating. And he pretty much only talked to me
about the skating
and about anything else.
Oh,
so he clearly was more comfortable with black folks. Mm-hmm. Then I later find out he got married.
Chocolate chip
to
cookie.
a black chick. But he talked about skating all the time. And then there was one weekend, this cat showed up from St. Louis in Charlotte for a skate event.
Wow. Yeah. So it was serious.
It was hardcore. But when you look at him, if this cat was to walk down this sidewalk,
never would have thought.
You'd probably think he was with Instacart or DoorDash.
Wow.
Oh gosh, I'm not gonna say his name. Dance off? Oh hells no! I'd lose that. I know my limits. I done told y'all. Unlike some people in here, I know my limits.
What are you talking about?
And I own it.
I know my limits too. It showed in them callbacks when I was in there. Oh my God.
No, that ain't right. No.
I was in there. I remember that first move when they said we was going to have to do on one foot.
Yeah.
Like that, and I felt my back. That first hop on one foot, I was like, oh, I'm not ready for this. And I felt it forever. I probably still am feeling it. But, and it showed, because I stopped doing it with all my might, and they cut me. I know they cut me right. They asked, what's her number? That one right there. What's
that old chick off the stage?
What's her number? I was not getting ready to tell them how old I was. I was like, let me try this. But then about the seventh time around, I was like, I can't jump, y'all. I ain't supposed to jump and bounce my spine. Y'all crazy.
Cinder Fractal says she flunked that line dancing.
I would have liked to learn. That's hard work too.
That line dancing ain't no joke.
No, they don't want you there. If you don't know it, you better know it before you get there. Do not get in this line and not know what you doing with them line dancers. This hardcore.
Oh man, yeah. Again, that video. I watch a ton of YouTube on in my TV allotment of the day. That's why we're talking about Netflix and how I could probably get rid of Hulu or potentially Netflix because it's so spread out. And I'm watching that in there on the couch the other morning, and it was just the other evening, and it was just really cool to see that and seeing again. It's not just young folks, it's not just men, it's not just women, it's everybody in this thing, and these people, they are just doing it up, and everybody looks so happy. This was crazy, man.
It just takes me back to when I was young too.
This is crazy. All right, so there's another thing that I want to show you. Well, hold on, I think I remember this one doing some kind of little trick. Hold on. On the toes. I mean, that's like, I think my Achilles popped just looking at that.
Ice skating is serious too, but that roller skate seemed like it would be harder to do those kinds of moves.
Crazy. Now, before we get out of here, the last thing I want to show. This here, I'd never heard of this, and again. I saw this the same night I saw the roller skate video, and I immediately thought of you, and I started to call you in to show it to you, but you were in the middle of a Modern Family session in the bedroom. No, Bernie Mac session in the bedroom. Oh, and I was like, she ain't moving. She ain't moving. Just leave it be. So. I've never heard of this song. I think it's pronounced Baiana Barbatuques. Don't know what the hell that is, but I did look it up, so I found out what it means. But just if you ain't ready to run through a brick wall, you will be. So.
I already feel like I could do it.
Oh shit!
I'm dreaming, just dreaming.
Baiana. You see this shit? This dancing is ridiculous. The choreography is ridiculous for people listening to audio. Now imagine listening to this on our home theater set.
That's nice.
That is, and that was just one rendition of it. That video actually has several groups doing their own take
on that
song. And just
that's not surprising.
Just the skill that these people have, and again, I got all kinds of shit hurting just watching this. The movements.
See, my mind tells me that I can. Oh, you can learn that if you took it a little bit at a time, but stomping.
Man.
Stomping is
That's
a lot
work.
of stuff
That's
going
a lot of
on
energy.
In your body,
That's
too.
a lot of energy.
A lot of stuff on your body.
Oh, gosh. But yeah, that's Baiana. It's Baiana, and it's for a person in Brazil. Baiana is a woman of Brazil.
Oh.
Baiane, I can't remember, but there was a male version too, but it's basically just the masculine and feminine version. And it's just Woman of Brazil is what that was called. And it's apparently some song. I don't know the song. Some reason YouTube showed it to me, and I'm glad it did because it was
awesome.
It was enjoyable.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. Oh, look TikTok. Who's in the house. I see another familiar face in there. Phyllis Hauser in the house watching us live.
Hello.
That makes me want to get up and join them. See, she gets it. Yes. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. I saw that video and I was like, dude, we can go run through a wall right now.
I know better.
Just so much energy in that. It was great. Mm-hmm. And it was on it wasn't on TikTok. It was on YouTube when I saw it. Cinder Fractal says, I saw a video of you, Phoebe, you were dancing on TikTok or Instagram. You used to do some little dances on TikTok back in the days. I did some of the TikTok
dances with my nieces, and I like doing it once I learn. Just learning it, and it just takes practice. That's why I say I know I can take it in little increments and learn a part, and then master that. I could do it, but it just hurts.
Yeah, you got to be in shape.
Ooh, yes,
you got to be in shape.
And size don't mean nothing.
No, you got to be in shape. Period.
Size don't mean nothing.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, yeah. So I'm in pain now. Sitting here on my back hurting.
Sound like Bernie Mac. You know who likes Bernie Mac? Joe Esposito.
Oh, we have that in common too.
He not like just I like Bernie Mac. Mm-hmm. No, he straight up
really
like philosophy Bernie Mac and everything. Yeah,
that's good.
That was cool to hear. All right, folks, that's gonna do it for this week's show. I had to get in here and record it early because I have a game request to go shoot here in 31 minutes. Fortunately, it's not too far from here. I'm shooting. I shot the boys' game last night, but I got a request to shoot the girls' game tonight for the same team. To shoot the same team from one of the players. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was funny because the young lady that requested it is actually one of my favorite shots of all year last year. Mm-hmm. And it was basically just her coming down the court, and I had my long lens on. And so when I shot it, it basically was just a big headshot of her on the court. Mm-hmm. That's all it was. It was literally a headshot. But just the expression on her face, and she was sweating, and the look in her eyes, it just screamed, because she's not a little girl. She's a heavy girl too, or a bigger girl, but she can ball. Mm-hmm. And just the look on her face, man, it was one of my favorites of all time. And when I saw her and I told her about that, and she was like, yeah, I have attitude. But she's like, can you come shoot our game? This is the other week she asked me, can you come shoot our game? I was like, yeah, I'll be there.
That's so nice.
And that reminds me of something else. That game I was at last night. She was there last night too, but some other girl, while I'm shooting the game, I hear, go Ant. And I'm like, there's a kid named Ant on the court or whatever. So I'm still just doing whatever I do, right? And then somebody taps me on my shoulder. I turn around and there's one of these students. And it's like, oh, you're Ant. And I'm like, oh, hey, thank you. Whatever. And she's talking about the pictures and so forth. And then she's like, you're Jacob's dad.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, most people know him before they know me. I know.
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, I know where this is going. Nice try, chick. Anyway, thank y'all for being here each and every week. Join us on whatever podcast app you use. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube. And if you are interested in joining the Patreon community, please feel free to do so, because you can actually join the Patreon community for free. Believe it or not, you don't get access to everything and all of the conversations, but we still have decent conversations on there for pretty much every tier, be it the free levels or the paid levels. Either way, we'd love to have you grow the community and just keep being everyday people. We try to do these each and every Wednesday, but again, if you're in Patreon, you'll know if I have to change stuff up because of a shoot or gig or what have you. Queen Pruitt, anything you'd like to say before we get out?
No, thank you for being here, everybody, and we will see you the next time. And have a good evening.
Thank you, guys. Biscuit is now fired up because the door is getting ready to be open.
Is it locked?
Yeah, but no, he's good. He's good. He's good. But he's going to continue to bark. Cinder Fractal says, "Hi, Biscuit."
He is so, oh my God, he's so embarrassing. I can't, I wish I knew what I could do so I could take him for walks, because I want to take him for walks, long walks and stuff.
Part of me wants to get a damn bark collar.
But he barks at everybody, and not just barks. He barks and runs after him, and hair is raised. He look like he's gonna just tear everybody apart. He's so scared of everything. It's so annoying. Can't take him nowhere.
Damn dog. Anyway, thank y'all. Like, share, subscribe, tell everybody else all about the show. Also, do something good for yourself. Do something good for someone else, and know that it is okay to love you some you. It truly is. Take care, everybody. We shall see y'all later.
Good night.